Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty big news to go over, some massive data mines about a Mega Jinx and also another form of Celesteela have been revealed. We also have some new rumors to go over for Pokemon Day 2024 and some Nintendo stuff to take a look at as well. There's a lot of stuff to break down and get into today. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Just trying to hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, let's take a look at these new data mines for a Mega Jinx and also another form of Celesteela. So we have Matt here, who, if you aren't aware, is one of the main data miners in the community. And they said, with many thanks to El Chico Eevee, who of course is another one of the main data miners in the community. El Chico Eevee is more for like Pokemon Unite stuff, but they do still data mine Pokemon Home and things like that for their assistance. Let's take a close look at some pre-release content for Pokemon Home. This content takes back to as early as October 28th, 2019, so nearly 5 years ago now, a few weeks prior to the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and under 4 months prior to Pokemon Home 1.0.0. So included in the assets are early dummy images for Pokemon up to Zeraora. Some of these displays very early revisions of Pokemon renders, and most placeholders use Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Pokedex sprites. Some are very broken. Official artwork is also included, likely as a reference for posing. So for like the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon stuff, you can obviously see here with like the stars and everything like that. So that's what they were originally going to look like in Pokemon Home. I mean, they look really freaky without the eyes though, my lord. I didn't think Jinx could get even like scarier, but there you go. And then we actually have this massive bit of information here. So in Cry data, we see two notable files. Based on naming conventions, these are potentially scrapped concepts for a second form of Celesteela and Mega Jinx. Finally, after all these years, I can confirm it was Mega Jinx all along. So we obviously had this way back in 2020. So we had like a new cry for Jinx that we hadn't really heard before. It's a little bit more distorted and stuff like that. Like this is the original tweet here saying, let's start out with some of my findings with Pokemon Home. Mysteriously, within the app sound directory, data exists for a cry similar to Jinx's. In the video, the first cry played is Jinx's and the second is unknown. Sounds like it's the same reverb as Mega Evolution would have. So it has now been confirmed that yes, we were supposed to get a Mega Jinx in, I'm assuming, X and Y or Auras or something like that, and the data just carried on till Sword and Shield, obviously. We were supposed to get a Mega Jinx in the Generation 6 games. That's an actual fact now, as well as obviously the Mega Flygon that was also scrapped. So Jinx and Flygon did have scrapped Mega Evolutions. I'm sure there were a bunch of more that also had scrapped Mega Evolutions, which you can kind of understand why Jinx was gonna get one, because that kind of trio all got something. So obviously with Jinx, Electabuzz and Magmar, they all got pre-evolutions, and being obviously whatever Jinx's pre-evolution is, I've completely forgot off the top of my head. That's going to really annoy me. Well, obviously you got Magby, Elekid. I don't even know how I don't even remember that. It's such an obvious baby Pokemon. But either way, they also got an evolution in Gen 4 as well, being Magmortar and Electivire. But obviously Jinx didn't get an evolution in Gen 4, which was a bit weird because obviously the other kind of two did in that trio. But now we can see that actually it was supposed to get a Mega Evolution in Generation 6. Smoochum, that's the one. I knew I was going to get it. So yeah, it kind of makes sense that it was going to get a Mega Evolution, but obviously it was scrapped. With the Celesteela form as well, it's a very weird kind of Ultra Beast to get a form out of like all the different ones. Obviously we have like Naganadel and Poipole being like an evolution, but Celesteela just getting a different form. Like maybe it was supposed to have like a defensive form, because Celesteela is like a very kind of bulky, looks like a, yeah, just like a very defensive kind of Pokemon. So maybe it was going to have like an attack form as well or something like that. But that has also been obviously scrapped. So yeah, has been confirmed that we were going to get a Mega Jinx and also another form of Celesteela as well. There's some more stuff here as well. So if you've ever played Pokemon Go with the sound on, crazy I know, you'll know that some Kanto and Johto Pokemon have really bad cries. Very noticeably different from what we hear in X and Y onwards. Turns out this cry data in its original quality is in pre-release Home. And then included in the pre-release assets are some developer screenshots showcasing the early Pokemon summary screen UI. This app used to display only renders, not fully animated 3D models. Game icons were direct rips from the 3DS labels, and item sprites translations are welcomed. And then there are 2 profile wallpapers that also went unused, featuring the original title screen from Pokemon Red and Green, as well as some Kalos Pokemon, and of course Pikachu. And then we also had this bit. So in a build pushed on December the 18th, 2019, assets for Galarian Slowpoke were added. This was a few weeks prior to its official reveal. Whilst render was left as a placeholder, Pikachu, its final release model, was included. And then the earliest available Pokemon renders do not include every species, only a decent handful. Of these, Frillish is present. With an interesting note, there are 3. So this is likely due to having a gender difference with unique Pokedex entries and not a hint at a scrapped form. So even though it did have like 3 different kind of placeholders, yeah, it's probably because it has a gender difference, and it's not because it was gonna get a scrapped evolution form. It would have been cool to get like another Frillish Jellicent kind of form, but yeah, apparently that wasn't going to be the case. And then these are also several unused profile stickers included in pre-release builds featuring Kanto's first partner Pokemon. Note that Ilka did a horrible job on these, and they're all inconsistent sizes. So here's a screenshot in Windows as opposed to a proper evenly slotted montage. And then included in the December 18, 2019 build is a picture of a golden raspberry, presumably ripped directly from Go, with the name Dummy Nutsuzuri. And then here's a look at all the early Gigantamax Pokemon renders. You'll see that all of them have generic lighting with no red glow, as well as a distinct lack of red clouds circling their heads. Side note, because of how bad the lighting is, it looks like Machamp has no neck. And then sadly, because all of this content is server-side, we're unable to look at the internals since we have no code from an installable application. At a glance, this was everything interesting I could find throughout the pre-release builds. If I find anything more, I'll post. So, yeah, interesting. I mean, the cool thing about Pokemon is you're always finding out about things years later. Like, it's nearly been 5 years, and now we know that we were actually going to get a Mega Jinx and another form of Celesteela that did obviously get scrapped in the Gen 6 and Gen 7 games. I'm kind of glad we didn't get a Mega Jinx, but at the same time, it just goes to show that there was so many like Pokemon that probably got scrapped Mega Evolutions, pardon me, that never obviously have seen the light of day. So yeah, there might have been one for your favorite Pokemon, you never know. But either way, that is all of the Datamine stuff for Pokemon. Moving on, we have some Nintendo stuff to quickly take a look at as well before we get into the rumors of the day. So we have My Nintendo News here saying EA looking forward to Switch 2's improved technical capabilities. So this was a post on My Nintendo News saying during EA's Q3 earnings call, CEO Andrew Wilson was asked about the successor to the Switch, which is speculated to be launching later this year, which apparently is going to be launched in March. Sorry, I gotta have a drink because my throat is dry as hell. Though Nintendo has yet to mention it. Wilson said he couldn't comment on the Switch 2, but said that improved technical capabilities will be a bonus to EA software developers who have had to finally optimize their games to run on the current Nintendo Switch system. So I can absolutely not comment on anything that has not been announced or acknowledge it in any way, Wilson replied. What I would say, however, is to the extent that platforms over the course of the last 20 years have offered improved CPU, GPU memory, battery life, screen resolution, to the extent that those things have happened, where we're able to deliver more immersion to our players, particularly around our biggest franchises like FC, like Madden, like Apex, like Battlefield, that has typically been very good for our business. Our players' ability to really experience our games at the highest level has typically worked out very well for us. He added, so without commenting at all about anything around Nintendo or the Switch, I would just say new platforms are good for us, and when new improvements offer improved CPU, GPU, memory, battery life, screen resolution, that typically is a plus for our product, particular portfolio of games and the communities that play them. So obviously he's not allowed to out and out say, yes, this Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be very good for our games, but what he is saying is that generally when a new console comes out with improved GPU, CPU, screen resolution, battery life, etc., it just makes their games better. So he's basically saying that the Switch 2 is going to have improved CPU, GPU, memory, battery life, screen resolution, all that stuff. It is going to be on the next console. So just thought I'd include that. It's a little bit more spice about the Nintendo Switch 2. So moving on, we have some new rumors to go over for Pokemon Day 2024. We have 2 rumors to take a look at. This first one was posted on the 11th of February, so a couple of days ago now. saying information 27th of February, which is of course Pokemon Day 2024. Very exciting, cannot wait for it. It starts off by saying Pokemon Horizons movie, Pokemon the Fallen King, focused around the Runus Quartet leader. He has a golden crown, he's bird-shaped, dark psychic Neo Wang. Neo Wang contains the Paldean King's resentful spirit inside it. Movie release worldwide at summer 2024. So, obviously, before we begin, well, I should have said this before we begin, but take it with a grain of salt. It's from 4chan. Most of the time it's fake. I just have to say that every single time because people generally think that every single one of these is a leak. But no, it is a rumor. But yeah, I'm expecting a new movie to be announced on Pokemon Day 2024. I could see it being based around that kind of quad of new legendary Pokemon for Paldea, with like a really cool backstory and stuff. And it'd be cool if the mythical that we are also supposed to be getting would be kind of like the leader of those four, which would be like this king or something. That would be really cool. Dark Psychic as well. I really, really like that idea. But yeah, I'm still expecting a new mythical to be announced, hopefully on Pokemon Day with a movie, but we'll obviously have to wait and see. We're also going to get Pokemon World Championships 2024 info. That's basically a given. They usually do that every year for Pokemon Day. They give more information about it. So yeah, definitely expecting to see something about that in Hawaii. And then Pokemon TCG Classic 2, Meganium EX, Typhlosion EX, and Feraligatr EX decks, white themed. So yeah, obviously the Pokemon TCG Classic Collection 1 had like Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, and now, because it is the 25th anniversary of Johto, it would make a lot of sense for them to do another classic set with the Generation 2 starters, just like I say, because it is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon Gold and Silver. So yeah, I think that could definitely happen. I think they'll also do like a 151 set as well that we had for, obviously, Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow, but for now Pokemon Gold and Silver. The 151 set obviously did really well. It was really nostalgic for a lot of collectors, so I definitely think they'll do something like that for the 25th anniversary of Gold and Silver as well. Pokemon Concierge, second season, more info at March 2024. So yeah, the first season of Concierge did really well, had really good feedback, really good reports and stuff, so I'm expecting them to probably do another one of those. I really enjoyed it, it was really fun. It wasn't very long, and I felt like it ended when it started getting going, but at the same time, like, still something cool to kind of look forward to if we are going to get something like that. Next up, Miraidon and Phalanx in Pokemon Unite. Koraidon is also teased. So we know that Miraidon and Phalanx are on the way. It has been data mined. We also know that Ceruledge is on the way. That has also been data mined. We're expecting to see Koraidon just because we've had Miraidon, but again, there's not been any data mines about that, I don't believe. But that very well could get teased. Like I say, on Pokemon Day, we have had Pokemon revealed in the past for Pokemon Unite that haven't been data mined and stuff. They've just been dropped there as a big surprise. So that could always be something like Koraidon there, maybe. And then Ogerpon and Petulant in Pokemon Cafe Mix. Again, I feel like a lot of the rumors that we cover go into detail about all of these different things, and they're kind of repeating themselves, but that's just because it's the most obvious things to happen. Like, we know, obviously, the data mine stuff in Pokemon Unite. We know about the Captain Pikachu in Pokemon Go. Ogerpon and Petulant we don't know about in Cafe Remix. It just seems like the most sense. And then it says Poipole, Naganadel, Stakataka, and Blacephalon in Pokemon Go. So yeah, they have all been data mined to be in the game. We just haven't had any confirmation on their release or anything like that. I think they'll do like a big Ultra Beast event at some point, and we'll obviously drop all of those in it. Next up, Mew and Celebi in Pokemon Sleep. I don't play Pokemon Sleep, but I don't know if like how often they update. I think they do update it like every now and again. I don't know how often they update it with new Pokemon. But yeah, Mew and Celebi being in Pokemon Sleep would be kind of cool. I could definitely see like a Johto-inspired kind of event for a lot of games this year, just simply because, as I say, it is the 25th anniversary. They then say Pokemon Masters EX are Rika and Clodsire, and then also Geeta and Glimmora. I would much rather see Geeta with like, well, I don't know, Glimmora was her race, so I guess that kind of makes more sense. But yeah, I could also see it with like a Go-Go or something like that. And then it says, free update for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. 5 events like Mochi Mayhem. No need to purchase the TTO AZ DLC. So apparently we're getting 5 more events for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet throughout 2024. And the first one is going to be called Falling Stars, which is Deoxys team up with Clavel, and that's going to be available on the 12th of April 2024. So I like the idea of this. This is definitely giving me like 30th anniversary vibes though. Like I feel like they do something like this for the 30th anniversary, not randomly now. But yeah, Falling Stars for a Deoxys, and I'm assuming you'll be able to catch all of these as well. The second one, which goes live on the May 2024, is called Under Pressure, and that's all to do with Volcanion and Dendra. Then in the third one is Worldwide Fades, and that's about Hooper and Salvatore. That's June 2024, so we're getting one every single month. And then number 4, Diamond Coronation, which is Diancie. And then Miriam, which is July 2024. And then the 5th and final one is Paldean Memories, which is Nio Wang, which is arrived for August 2024. Which makes sense as well, because in the game she is like quite a... She's like a witch or something. Like, she was talking about like rituals and like sacrificing people and stuff like that. So she is actually kind of evil. We just don't really see it as often, but yeah, she is kind of evil. So it would make sense that she's like the one for the last quarter, or quarter or whatever. And then it goes on to say Pokeball pattern, Vivillon 7-star electric Terra type raid for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet after the presents. I mean, I can definitely see that. We haven't had, I think, an available Pokeball pattern Vivillon for a while, so it'd be a cool way to introduce that back into the games. And then event mass outbreaks, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile with boosted kindly mark odds for Scarlet and Violet after the presents. I really like that idea. I think we will definitely get a mass outbreak for Johto and stuff. It depends what gets announced on Pokemon Day. Like if a Johto game gets announced, we'll get like loads of Johto stuff. And if a Unova game gets announced, we'll get loads of Unova stuff. We could get like a Unova game announced and loads of Johto stuff anyway, because it is the 25th anniversary. But then going to say Pokemon Untold Crystal gets announced. It is a Pokemon Crystal 2D HD like reimagination, some cross-gen evolutions and regional forms in the trailer, Annihilate, Galarian Meowth, Mr. Rhyme. So I'm assuming that every Gen 1 and Gen 2 cross evolution and regional form will be available. Not confirmed. No new Pokemon shown. No post-Gen 2 unrelated Pokemon shown. Get some features from Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver as the Pokeathlon, but not all of them, as the only Battle Tower is present and not in the not the Battle Frontier. The story seems different. Released fall 2024. Early purchase bonus event. Legendary Meltan and Melmetal available to pre-order after the present. So I don't know why it'd be Meltan and Melmetal, because we still don't know where they're from. We know they're not from Johto, but I actually really like this rumor. I kind of really want this to be true. Like, I'd like the... I mean, there's nothing in here about Unova, but we'd get like a Gen 2 game. We'd get like loads of new updates for Scarlet and Violet, which allows us all to catch like the mythicals and stuff. We get some really good events like the Vivillon raid, the outbreaks for like the Johto starters. And we get some really cool TCG stuff as well. So, and the movie and the mythical. I would really like this to be true. It's really well put together, I'll say that. But yeah, I think it's unlikely. I think we'd see something like this for mythicals around like the 30th anniversary, because that's what they did for the 20th, where they just dropped like all the mythicals and stuff. But either way, that's the first rumor. The second one, not very long at all. I don't think it's very true in the slightest either. I just thought I'd cover it today just to finish today's video off. But this was posted on the 4th of February. It's titled Pokemon Day 2024. So they say limited edition classic trading card set exclusive to Pokemon Center's website. So yeah, I'm assuming that'd just be like a purchase bonus. Like, well, I mean, it has actually been confirmed that we are going to get like a Ceruledge card if you like to make a purchase between certain dates on the Pokemon website for Pokemon Day 2024. So, you know, they have actually got that right, because that was actually revealed. I mean, if they said Ceruledge, then fair play. But they do say like classic TCG set and stuff. So obviously they have got that bit wrong. And then Pokemon Unite news. Crobat, Reunculus, and Tyrantrum, none of which have been data mined. Obviously, it's Phalanx, Miraidon, and also Miraidon, Phalanx, and Ceruledge. So yeah, that's obviously completely wrong. And then Pokemon Sleep news, Sprigatito line, Quaxley line, Fuecoco line, Pawmi line, and the Lechonk line apparently all come into the mobile game. And also the Tinkertink line as well. And the new movie, Pokemon Mysteries of the Depths, announced. So yeah, that will probably be the movie of the year. And then Mythical event in Scarlet and Violet announced to coincide with the movie. Similar to Mochi Mayhem, Mythical is a yellow dragon. Looks like a bird/snake mix. Again, I don't know what this Mythical is going to look like. I don't think it is going to be that gorilla-like Pokemon in the Area Zero book. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be something completely different. I think that was just randomly put there. But it'd be cool if it was that, because it'd be like a massive kind of hint right in front of it the whole time. But either way, they're then going to say news on Pokepark Kanto and hopeful opening date. So yeah, Pokepark Kanto is a thing that obviously has already been announced. So yeah, we might actually get some information about that for sure. And then Pokemon Fables 3 Towers releases fall 2024. So I don't know if that's Johto, Unova, or whatnot. But either way, I don't think this one's true in the slightest. But let me know your thoughts on this rumor. Let me know your thoughts on this rumor as well. I actually like this one. I kind of want this to be true because it adds a lot more content that we could get this year. And then also, what are your thoughts about the Datamines as well for the Mega Jinx and the extra Celesteela form as well? But anyway, that's going to be everything from me. If you enjoyed, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts, like I say, on anything we covered today. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.